Hello everyone and welcome to the 13th video as a part of the training videos on filling up and submitting the DGQI second edition self-assessment questionnaire via the DGQI portal. In this series of videos, we are giving a walkthrough of the DGQI portal and the questionnaire to explain how the questionnaire is to be responded by all the ministries and departments using this portal. In the last 12 videos, we have already explained how to answer part A of the questionnaire and the first three themes of part B of the questionnaire. In this video, we'll be covering part B, section D, which is use of technology theme of DGQI. So, to answer this section, we go to add part B button, select the scheme for which we have to answer this. And after filling up the first three themes, we go to section D, which is use of technology. The use of technology section aims to assess how is the scheme division and the MIS making use of emerging technologies to improve data robustness, and how it is using alternative and new sources of data, integrating its MIS with other platforms to make its data quality more better and also to drive better data driven outcomes. Uh, the first question within this theme or section, it asks whether the MIS has linkages with PFMS. The question asks whether the MIS is linked with PFMS. This does not mean a basic link to PFMS on the tab of the MIS. That is not a linkage. By linkage here, we mean that the financial flows of PFMS, they are interlinked and automatically linked to the physical progress of the scheme as visible on the MIS. So if the ministries have done this, they can select yes. If the scheme division or the ministry has not done this, they can select no. If the ministry here selects no, then the second question automatically gets disabled. However, if the ministry selects yes, then the second question asks about the extent to which PFMS integration has taken place. So it is important that PFMS integration takes place at the last field level implementation agency to which funds flow. For example, let's say if PFMS integration has been done till state implementing agency level, that to states, based on these physical progress certificates that they submit, the fund flow has been integrated through PFMS, and to states it is being given through PFMS. But actually, below the state level, at the district level, or at the city level, which is actually the last stage of the implementation of the scheme, to them, the fund flow is not PFMS integrated. So therefore, the ministry or the scheme division has to select yes if PFMS integration has been completed till the last mile, partially if it is in progress, or if it has been completed up to some extent, and no if it has not been done at all and it only exists only at the ministry level. The third question asks whether the scheme MIS has linkages with other important platforms. So, for example, the first three linkage platforms are Aadhaar interface, the mobile numbers, and the bank accounts. To improve the quality of data, to reduce leakages, this is very important, and it's applicable for beneficiary oriented schemes only. So, for beneficiary oriented schemes, the Ministry or Scheme Division must choose between yes or no. However, if it is not a beneficiary oriented scheme, then the scheme division can select not applicable. Then the next two options, GSTN and Udyog Aadhaar, they are applicable for industry or firm-oriented schemes. So if it is an industry or firm-oriented scheme, then it must have a linkage with these two platforms, and ministries must select between yes and no. However, if it is not a firm-based scheme, then the ministries or scheme division can select not applicable. So again, please use not applicable with caution based on the nature of the scheme. If there is any other important platform with which it has been the MIS has been integrated that offers value in improving this data and improving the way the scheme is monitored, then it can be mentioned in the other section. Finally, the fourth question asks whether the scheme is using any of the new emerging technologies, whether where the scheme is using other kinds of data apart from the MIS data that is generated by the ministry itself. So if it is using remote sensing data or nightlight data or social media data or any private sector generated data, let's say generated by e-commerce companies or taxi aggregators and so on and so forth, ministries can select yes, no if they are not selecting it. Not applicable, again, please only select not applicable if that particular kind of data is not at all relevant for the scheme to be collected. So if you feel that remote sensing data collection will nowhere help the scheme implementation, only then select not applicable. If it is the case that it can help the scheme implementation, let's say in an agricultural scheme, but it is not being done right now, then please select no. So please use not applicable with caution. Additionally, if there is any other type of unconventional data source that is not being generated by any ministry, but the ministry is using it, then it can be specified in the other section. The fifth question asks whether the MIS is compliant with the local government directory, which has been created for each state, district, sub-district, and all the local body levels by Government of India. So it is encouraged that all MIS must use the same codes so that data on different platforms is easily integrable. So therefore, if you have data at any of the local body, state, district level, then please select yes or no depending on whether you are following LGD codes or not. If the data is not collected at any of these levels because the scheme nature does not allow for it, only then please select not applicable. Finally, we come to the sixth question, which asks about the use of emerging technologies by the scheme. So, if the scheme is using any of the emerging technologies in improving data quality or in generating new kind of data or in improving its scheme monitoring, then the ministry or scheme division can select the appropriate technology. We have multiple options here: machine learning, artificial intelligence, blockchain, IoT, big data analytics, and drones. If any particular technology is not applicable to that scheme because of the nature of the scheme, then the ministries may select not applicable accordingly. So this covers part B, section D, which is use of technology and how to answer this section. In the next video, we'll cover part B, section E, which is data security and HR capacity. Thank you.